These are the drums of war. Shalom. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to the elect. All right, jumping straight into this article here. This is from the inteldrop.org. The title it reads, it says, 1.4 million North Koreans enlist to fight U.S. All right. These heathen nations have a strong hatred for America. Okay. And the scriptures detail exactly the times that we're living in right now. All right. Let's get that. Straight to the point. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 8. And it reads, it says, a time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. All right. So we are clearly in the time of hate and war. All right. Pursuing to Joel, the 3rd chapter, it says, let all the mighty men of war draw near, let them come up. You see? So the Lord has put that spirit out there amongst these nations to prepare for World War III. All right. So once again, these are more woes and American problems. All right. Because this place ultimately is about to be judged. All right. So let's get into that. All right. And we'll get back to this article in a second. So let's jump right into it. It's from CNN. Came out a few days ago. It says Chinese study. North Korean missile could reach U.S. in 33 minutes.
In the skies near Japan, F-15s on the hunt for a suspected North Korean intercontinental ballistic missile, capturing what could be its last seconds in flight. This rare video, released by Japan's military, experts say the burning object resembles a ballistic missile boost rocket re-entering the atmosphere, flying for about an hour at hypersonic speeds.
If there's no interception or the interception fails, an ICBM launch from North Korea would take a little bit more than 30 minutes to reach the homeland U.S. and also depending on if it's the West Coast or the East Coast.
See, less than 30 minutes, depending whether it's the West Coast or the East Coast, right? Real quick, Revelation 11 and 14, the second woe is past, which is World War II. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. All right, this is World War III. All right, these missiles can get over here in a matter of minutes. All right, let's get that point too. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 in verse 13. And it reads, it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp. The arrows are the missiles, which are also regarded in the scriptures as the spoilers. All right, it says his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Okay, 33 minutes is all it needs. All right, from the warheads to get from North Korea and various nations over here to America. All right, from one end to the world to the other. Okay, this place is about to get wiped out, man. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return until they come upon the earth. All right. And the missiles, the nuclear fire is all a part of the plagues. Okay. It says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. You see? And that's that unquenchable fire. And we'll get that too. All right. Reading this again, 2nd Ezra 16 and 15, it says the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. All right, so that fire is not going to be put out. It's going to have to burn itself out. All right, that's why the scriptures tell you that this place is going to burn for a long period of time. All right, verse 16 it says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backward, even so the plagues that are sent, that shall be sent upon the earth, should not return again. All right. So when those missiles come out of those silos, all right, and those warheads and those missiles go into the atmosphere and those warheads come down, All right, that destruction is all part of the plague. All right, which is shot of a mighty archer, returneth not backwards. You see? Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Because we are in those days, we are in those times and seasons. All right, the time and season of nuclear war. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, all right? And the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, real quick. We get that point about the where it said that the fire is kindled and should not be put out. All right, that's that unquenchable fire. That's not going to be put out. All right. Isaiah 34. Start at verse 5 here. Isaiah 34 and 5, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, which is what? The nuclear missiles. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. All right, Greek for Esau, Edom. All right. North Korea and the rest of these nations, Russia, China, all right, they're all going to come together to take this place out. Okay, it says it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, have a sacrifice in Basra. All right. It says, in a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. All right, and that's what those missiles are going to do. Okay, and you people are going to be part of the sacrifice. The wicked of our people and the rest of you Edomites and you heathen, you're going to take part of that sacrifice in that great slaughter that's going to come in the land of Idumea, which will be America today. It says, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and the dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai's vengeance, in the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. The point, all right? Verse 9, it says, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become a burning pitch, and it shall not be quenched night nor day. All right, so this fire is not going to be put out. It's going to burn for a long period of time, all right, till the fire puts itself out. All right, it shall not be quenched, not by water, not by anything. All right, it says it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. You see, for a long period of time. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. You see, that's the judgment. That's the future of Babylon the Great, man, America. So let's go back.
To reach the homeland US, and also depending on if it's the West Coast or the East Coast will take slightly more time.
Chinese scientists simulated a North Korean nuclear attack. According to the South China Morning Post, the simulation shows 33 minutes from the time of launch to the time of impact if U.S. missile defenses fail to shoot down the ICBM.
Missile defense begins here.
For years, U.S. leaders have reassured the public.
The nation should be very confident.
And America's allies.
Easily shoot them out of the sky.
Missile defense systems can keep them safe. But virtually all ballistic missiles travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound, sometimes faster.
It's been described as hitting a bullet with a bullet, trying to hit a warhead.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
A report last year finding America's missile defense system, the nation's best, perhaps only line of defense, only succeeds about half the time.
If North Korea were to fire nuclear-armed ICBMs at the United States, we cannot be assured that our missile defense system would prevent the deaths of millions.
A U.S. Missile Defense Agency report last year said the missile defense system has demonstrated...
Yeah, they're not sure because, all right, the death is inevitable, man. Millions upon millions are going to perish, all right? This is the judgment of the Lord, all right?
A measured capability to defend the United States, deployed forces, and allies from a rogue nation's missile attack. But that rogue nation has a fast-growing arsenal. Kim Jong-un's military is mass producing ICBMs. He knows a barrage of ballistic missiles could be too much for the U.S. to shoot down.
Well, I mean, it's pretty sobering reporting, especially considering so many of these missile defense tests, the missile defense shield tests, have not gone well for the United States. And you're talking about North Korea specifically with these missiles. What about missiles that would start from China or Russia?
Well, this is the scary thing that a lot of people probably don't know. Yes, the U.S. missile defense system might be able to defend against an attack from a rogue state like North Korea, as long as their program doesn't get too big, or maybe Iran. But China, Russia, the size of their arsenals, if they launched nuclear missiles at the U.S., just like if the U.S. launched nuclear missiles at them, there'd be no way to shoot even close to all of them down. It would be essentially, this is the definition of mutually assured destruction. North Korea is trying to get there too. They're trying to get to the point that the U.S. wouldn't be able to shoot their missiles down, because then they become a nuclear power, which is what Kim Jong-un has always wanted.
See that? Doomsday. All right? So let's go back to the article here. Heavy times, man. So 1.4 million North Koreans enlist to fight U.S., all right? You see, they have a massive army, okay? These nations are ready. It says, North Korean state media has been touting new claims of mass enlistments amid, quote, an atmosphere of war and urgent defense preparedness in response. It says an urgent defense preparedness in response to ongoing joint U.S.-South Korea drills, which are the largest in 5 years. All right. You see the bombers, the planes. All right. These people are ready, man. These nations are ready. Jumping down here, it says the state-run Korean Central News Agency, KCNA, initially over the weekend cited a figure of 800,000 citizens having newly signed up for military service, most of them young people, while other state-linked sources are saying it's well over 1 million enlistees. By Monday, the number jumped significantly to claims around 1.4 million people enlisting. Whew, man, see that? It says, there's a quote from Pyongyang. It says, amidst soaring anger and hostility toward the U.S. imperialists, all right? As I said earlier, these nations have hostility towards America. It says, amidst soaring anger and hostility toward the U.S. imperialists and South Korean puppet traders going mad over the reckless nuclear war provocation targeting the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the ranks of hot-blooded youths bravely and vigorously set out to defend the homeland are growing day by day is growing. See? Pyongyang's statement said, all right, so these nations, like it said, particularly young men, they're fed up. All right? They're fed up with the puppeteers, how America's able to go into these countries and set up puppet leaders and push that Western philosophy. All right, that Western imperialism. All right, so these nations are ready to put an end to this place, man. All right, let's get that. This is Obadiah 1:1. Edom will be humbled. You see, Obadiah 1:1. It says the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shem Shai, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. All right, that's the prophecy. Okay, let us rise up against her in battle. 1.4 million North Koreans enlist to fight the U.S. These heathen nations are ready. All right, let's get that in the NLT. Okay, same verse. NLT, it says, this is the vision that the sovereign Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, revealed to Obadiah concerning the land of Edom, which will be America today. We have heard a message from the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that an ambassador was sent to the nations to say, get ready, everyone. Let's assemble our armies and attack Edom. Man, let's assemble our armies and attack Edom. Okay, 1.4 million, right?
온 나라의 일터와 학원에서 원수에 대한 소리빨치는 증오로 조국 사수적거리 철투를 내리고 조국 통일 대전의 승전 포성을 점령을 제쳐대며 이 땅 위에 핵전쟁의 불청년 탄광연합이 없어 평양 3.16 전선 평안국도에서 만도 18만 여 명이 인민군대에 입대 복대 주체조선 청년 존이들의 억척 불변에 오이
도안의 대학 불러 청년들.
Prophecy. See? Let's go back. Obadiah 1:1 again. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord, power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Verse 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. You see, in America, and those 48ers over there in the land of Israel are greatly despised. They're greatly hated by the world. All right. Verse 3, it says, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, you Edomites, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? See, that pride has definitely deceived you Edomites, to the point where you actually think that you're going to stop World War III, that you're going to be able to shoot nuclear missiles out of the sky. It's not going to happen, man. All right. This place is about to be taken down to the ground. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of Babylon. Verse 4, Obadiah 1:4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So it's time. Okay? This is the time. All right? Bible prophecy is speaking. So let's read some more. It says, the reports follow the North Korean government holding a major new recruiting drive, hosting events across the country, while conducting near daily test launches in projectiles, including the latest on Sunday, which included a mock nuclear warhead as a warning to Seoul and Washington. Right? The Lord got the spirit upon these North Koreans. They're not playing. It says, the state media described that youth college students from universities and various places, as well as high-end middle school students from all over the country, all right? So you got college, high school, and middle school students ready to get in America's ass, man. All right? It says, express their determination to join forces in the fight. See? It says, the KCNA report additionally cited citizens' willingness mercilessly wipe out the war maniacs, and what's also clearly a propaganda blitz and a bit of signaling aimed at South and at the West. Kim Jong-un had promised a fierce response to the major U.S. South Korean drills, which have lately included American B-1 bombers and stealth jets joining the drills dubbed Freedom Shield Joint Exercise. It says, finishing it out, all right, jumping down, all right, last paragraph here, it says, the South Korean military, for its part, promised to continue undeterred with the U.S. drills. The South Korean-U.S. alliance maintains the best combined defense posture in the face of North Korea's continued regional instability. A press release said, quote, going forward, we will realize peace through strength and enhance the credibility of the U.S. extended deterrence based on the solid capabilities and posture of the alliance, it added, all right? Peace is going to come through strength. Like it said, let's get that scripture, all right? Joel 3:9, and it reads, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, the heathen nations, man. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. You see? Peace is going to come through strength, as they said. Okay, 1.4 million North Koreans ready to to go to war with the U.S. All right, same verse in the NLT. It says, say to the nations far and wide, get ready for war. Call out your best warriors. Let all your fighting men advance for the attack. You see that? And that's why, as we read, right, you got high schoolers, middle schoolers, and college students ready to enlist so they can go to war with the U.S., man. All right? Talk about zeal, man. All right? That's that extreme hatred that they got, man. You know? Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. All right? It says, beat your plowshares into swords. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. What did they say? That peace was going to come through strength. Okay? Let the weak say that I'm strong. Hey, these nations are ready. All right? As we saw, you know, you have the marching, the troops gather together, the vast armies. Okay? They ready to roll, man. All right? Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, all right? Are not these nations, all right, as we're reading about in this lesson, you know, these North Koreans, they're assembling themselves together for war. Assemble yourselves and come, all you heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, which represents the angels. All right, because, hey, Proverbs 21:1, all right, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth it whithersoever he will. All right, so the point is that the angels are out here working, all right, for the sake of prophecy. World War III is in full effect, man. This thing is going down. The sound of battle is heard in the land, pursuant to Jeremiah chapter 50. All right, it says, let the heathen be wakened, right, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or the valley of Yahweh-Shaphat, which means the valley of Yahweh's judgment. Okay? It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, because we know that these things are all going to shift, all right, towards the Middle East, that whole region of the so-called Middle East. That's when World War III is really going to take off at, man. All right? And the nations are already being gathered in those regions now. It says, put you in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. All right? It's time for destruction. The harvest is ripe. It says, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is near in the valley of decisions. All right, so it's about to go down. Okay, we here. You know? Let's see what else I want to get out, man. All right. Isaiah 13, and verse 4 says, the noise of the multitude of the mountains, all right? The nation's governments, the uproars. It says, like as a great people, all right? Those armies that are being assembled, all right? Those marches that we see all over the media, man. All right? You know, those these nations marching, assembling their armies, touting their power. All right? We see all of that. That's the prophecy. Okay? It says, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts mustereth the hosts to battle. See? Verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. And that whole land is going to be America. All right? The weapons of his indignation, the missiles. All right? As we saw in the video here. All right? They can reach the Americas in 33 minutes. They come from one end of heaven to the other. All right? It says, verse 6, how ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They should be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. These people are going to be scorched. They're going to be melted, man. It says, behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. All right. So this is all prophecy, all right, concerning Babylon. All right. It's happening. You know? So, hey, man, every day is another day closer to World War III. Call Halayim Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the elect. Shalom to the next one.